Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the It's Pizza Time podcast. I am your host, iNDiGO. Today, I am joined by our very special guest, It Lives.
Hello.
All right, what's poppin', my dude? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty fine regarding the the current situation, but yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, COVID's a little rough, I take it, over there?
Yeah, where I'm living, we're running into another lockdown, and I don't know, cases are just skyrocketing.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not that great, but hey, at least it's the second spike. The second spike usually goes over with pretty quickly, right? I mean, it's always bound to happen regardless of where you are.
Yeah, exactly. It was predictable. And I mean, I have
uh,
a pretty safe job,
okay.
so
Well, that's
whatever.
that's pretty pog. So I guess for everybody who doesn't know who or what It Lives is, would you like to give a little bit of an explanation?
Yeah, sure. My name is Livs. I'm a 20-year-old dubstep producer from Germany, and yeah, I'm just vibing,
Just vibing,
just vibing.
just vibing, just vibing during the pandemic. That's
Yeah,
where you want to be. Uh,
exactly.
all right, like yeah, it lives has got some pretty cool stuff. You just dropped a track like last week on Railbreakers.
Exactly.
That was pretty pog, honestly. Um, I gotta stop saying pog. I guess, did you know that like
I
if I can? Did you know that they added pog officially like to the dictionary this month?
oh, did they?
Yeah, pog
I
is a
just
pog champ.
noticed. Yeah, I just noticed myself saying it all the time, and
It's a
it's
great
not good.
word. It's a great word though. It's like I
It's
mean,
the new bruh.
no, it's not. It's
It's
like
like
it's the new like awesome or like exclamation of something good. You
no,
know?
but I can also use it in situations where something is not that good.
I don't think I've ever heard pog used in a negative context. You're gonna have to give me an example.
Uh well, it would be like just ironic. Like if you would say something like good for you, but in an ironic context.
Oh, okay. No,
So I
okay,
guess
no,
it's
I get
not
what
the
you mean.
direct negative annotation.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's
No, I get what you mean. Like you use it like in a, I guess, a sarcastic tone.
yeah, I'm sarcastic a lot. Like 90% of the time.
I mean, it's pretty pog.
There it
Okay.
is again.
All right. I guess we'll move on right on to the first question of the cast. You know, the precursor question, which you've told me you studied for. Um.
Yeah, I studied the art of answering that question.
All right. So, what is your favorite kind of pizza?
My favorite kind of pizza is usually um like it's called speciale here with mushrooms like champignons, ham and salami. But I just used to like throw on it whatever I like. Like one time I ate it with bacon or fucking broccoli, whatever.
Broccoli. All right. You know,
Broccoli. Yeah,
is
is it a German thing or
I don't
is that
know. I've heard of broccoli on pizza before, but I've never actually like
it's really
tried
good.
it. I don't think I've.
You should try it.
I mean, I can imagine, but like, okay, but how's the broccoli like cooked? Is it like crunchy or is it like cooked to the point where it's like really soft?
I think where I ate it, it was really soft and like just if you were to cook it and then just put it on after you bake the pizza. Kind of like that.
I mean, okay. Yeah, there's probably like places that do like crunchy, right? I mean,
Yeah, could
it's probably just
be.
personal like preference, but I don't know. Like I can I don't know if I'd enjoy it because I'm not a fan of like broccoli when it's like soft like that.
Uh,
If that makes sense.
well, it does, but it was cooked like not to a point where it was all soft. It was just like soft enough that it's not crunchy, I guess.
Yeah, that makes somewhat sense. Like, I mean, obviously, if it's crunchy, it's gonna be like a really weird experience.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I don't think there's any other topping on pizzas that's like necessarily crunchy.
Yeah, I mean the whatever, like the pizza itself is crunchy enough if it's good.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, do you like your crust crispy or do you like it somewhat
Yeah,
like? Oh, you're a crispy
yeah, it
crust
needs to
kind of
be.
guy.
You can, yeah, and it needs to be like solid pizza. Like I don't like when the pizza is soft to the point where you can just, I don't know, stretch it.
What do you mean stretch? I mean, I don't think you're supposed to be stretching the pizza itself. So like, I think
Yeah,
you're
of course,
good
but
in that.
like
But like, so when you pick up your piece of pizza, do you not want it to like flop a little bit, or do you just want it to be like hold straight?
no way. Like as you said, but the crust needs to be solid. I don't want like it to glide out of my hand by accident. You know what I mean?
I don't. Okay, I don't know like how soft and they can make pizza in Germany, but I've
Oh,
never,
they can
I've,
make them really soft and it's not good. It's
I've
usually
never
like,
experienced a pizza being so soft and malformed that it just falls out of my hand.
let's say there was a lot of oil on it.
Okay,
So
that's a
that was
problem
the
in
cause
itself. I
probably.
don't think that's a
Yeah.
softness thing.
Yeah, that caused the softness, I think. But like they
Um,
do, the place where I ate that pizza, it was like every pizza was made that way.
that's
It was a bad pizza place.
you know, like I mean, you didn't really have to say that part. I could tell that it was not a great pizza place if they make all of their pizzas like super oily and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
like there's some places that like it's really oily and greasy or whatever, but they make up for it in taste. But like
Sometimes.
very rare, yeah. It's like you
I don't.
can't.
I guess Germany is just not the best pizza country.
I
Like we
mean,
have good ones, but we also have a lot of bad pizza places for
yeah.
my
It's like
taste.
I feel like there's a lot of European countries that just aren't that good with pizza.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would say.
I feel like just I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like European countries just aren't as they're not as great when it comes to food from like other countries. If that makes sense, it's
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I feel like America actually has a decent grasp on that, which is because like of the fact that it's just so many. Itself doesn't really have a culture. It's just a mix of all of these different cultures. If that makes
yeah.
sense.
That yeah, like there aren't a lot of, like there's not enough immigration history that could have like made Germany a great pizza country or a great, I don't know, what else food, like Indian food is not as popular here as well.
Yeah, I mean like fucking New York pizza is really good because New York was like where everybody where most like Italians emigrated to.
I see. I see.
I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure,
we don't.
right? Yeah, most
Yeah, we
Italians
don't
like
even
emigrated to
differ
New York.
in cities for our pizza.
Yeah, it's like well, I mean, then again, also Germany is like I guess a smaller nation than the U.S.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah,
like the U.S. Is it's even just culture wise, the U.S. is like is like several different countries. Like the East and the West are like very different.
I
The
see.
Midwest is like something that's just it's just something. I mean, like
Okay.
it's
I
really
mean,
like the giant desert in the middle, but it's not desert. It's
uh,
like just
I only
plains.
know it from the movies about like cowboys and stuff.
Yeah, I've never been to the Midwest. I feel like I'd like to go for the experience, but I also don't know like what I'd do. But then again, it's like I feel like I just have this kind of stereotype like idea of what the Midwest is. It's
Yeah,
probably a
true.
lot like nicer than like I picture it.
That's the case with me as well. When I go to places, like I always have an image before me before I actually visit the place, and it turns out the I don't know country or city that I'm visiting is actually better than I thought, or worse than I thought, depending on what city.
Any ones in particular that come to mind? They like happened?
I had a case where I thought a city was better than it actually is for me, at least.
Mm.
That was Berlin. I imagined Berlin being like super modern and super developed. But when I actually went there, there were a lot of homeless people as well, and it wasn't that like beautiful as I pictured.
I feel like every city is that though.
Yeah, but it was uh, especially in Berlin because of the east and west divide. Like
Yeah.
you can see it in
There's
the
still residual.
architecture.
Yeah, there's still residual effects from that, aren't there? It's like it's. I mean, how long was like Berlin divided for?
Oh, this the wrong person you're asking. I don't know.
Damn, the German not knowing much on
No, I'm
recent
I'm so bad
history.
at history.
I mean, that's fair. I don't really know much about uh history like at all. I gave up and like when I took history in high school.
Yeah, same.
My teacher like I talked about this on another episode, but I my teacher like my like American history teacher was probably the most even my fucking my world history teacher, they were the most lenient teachers I've ever had, and they knew that I just didn't like doing work, but they were like, "Oh, he's actually smart though," which I wasn't, but they would like I would get these my junior year teacher would give me like give us like packets for homework, and each like night of the week we had to like fill out a certain amount, and I didn't want to do any of it. So there were parts where we had to answer questions, and like we have to answer questions and then like give definitions. So for shit like Battle of Gettysburg, I would put it was a battle at Gettysburg, and I and she would still give me the credit for it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? If this works, I'm just gonna do this, and I did that for the whole year. It was I I learned a little, but not much.
Yeah, my history teacher was I don't know. He was old and tired of work. So I think you
That's
can
like most
imagine how much
teachers.
he taught us. No, we have like in Germany we also have a lot of young teachers. Um, but if they're old, they're often just tired of work and don't really care about if their students learn something or pass tests.
I feel like that's what like most older teachers are like. They just don't want to. I mean, at that point, you've probably worked as a teacher for a long time, so like you're, I guess,
Yeah, like
the what's it called? The reason like you're fucking the some kind of reason that you started working in the first place is like you don't have that spark anymore. You're not like, you know, If you
Yeah.
just start teaching at like maybe if it'd be like great I guess if teachers like moved around every once in a while to different like schools or maybe to keep it interesting, but then
Um.
again it's like
Yeah, that would be a problem for the children they're teaching. Like at least if it's um not high school. It would be a different case with high school, but in Germany we don't have like a three school system or four, I don't know. We just have elementary school, and then we have the what would you call it? I
middle.
don't know. Middle and high school combined, I guess. Like the school where you stay until you graduate.
Gotcha.
And
um
it wouldn't be wise to just swap around teachers because a lot of classes also have like children in it, and they want to have the same teacher all the time.
do they do that in Germany where it's like because I know they do it in Sweden where it's like for elementary and I think like even the middle school segment it's like you have the same you're like in the same class with the same people and the same teacher for like every year.
Yeah, until the high school part, we have 3 years until we graduate at some point, like 11th, 12th, and 13th class for at least for the graduation I did.
Mm.
And at that point, you have a course system where you get in courses with with other people, and it's not the same people you're taking classes with.
Okay. So it's like so
Yeah.
I guess that is where it gets similar cuz like my mom was telling me about like when she went to school she like for most of her like at least her younger years she went like to she would have like the same she would be in the class with like the same exact people. Like all of her classes would be the same for like several years.
Yeah, it's the majority of the time at school.
I feel that's like a really interesting concept to me cuz for someone who's like gone to, school in the US for their entire life. Um it's super interesting to because we get a new class every year and a new teacher every year. Um
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then when you're in high school, you get what like 6 to or like 5 to 8 new classes every year
That's a
with new
lot.
students and potentially new teachers.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's like, yeah, you don't have the I mean, obviously you have different teachers teaching different subjects, but because like I mean, it's still really weird. Like elementary school, there were like 3 classes for each grade and each teacher would teach like, the basics of each subject because like they didn't really need to teach anything to elementary schoolers. Then like middle
Yeah.
school was it was like middle school and high school where things started changing around. Like you everybody got the same or no, everybody was like got divided even more. So, uh they would just mix everybody up and then every each year you would have a different teacher for each subject. So that's like I guess let's say there was like 4 subjects. It'd be 4 teachers for those subjects per grade, so there'd be 12.
Yeah.
And then it was like everybody got a different, you know, time to do physical education or whatever, and like different times
Oh,
and
I
different shit like
see.
that.
I see.
It was really like weird because I feel like I mean there were like at points I guess where you would pretty much have interact. I guess their goal was like, to get you to interact with almost everybody in your grade. Same thing with high
Yeah.
school. It's like they want you to interact with as many people as possible.
Yeah, in Germany, the goal is to form. I guess it's the goal to form a, you know, comfortable environment to learn and work with.
Yeah,
So if you like get really close to your class, um, you do like group tasks very efficiently
that's what I'm
because
thinking.
you know the people, and you know how they are like. Um,
Yeah.
and then at the last 3 years, like the phase you would call high school in Germany, that would be when the teachers or like the school thinks that the students are ready to get like flipped all over the place in the schedule.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like yeah, it's that's definitely like the reason they focus on like, whatever. I think for you it's to build like for Germany and like Europe and stuff like that, it's to build, I guess, an actual. They're trying to give you some relationships like early on,
Yeah,
and then here it's just like fuck it, or like we'll give them relationships letting them see everyone, and then that way it's like you
yeah,
don't really get along with anybody, and
yeah.
fucking
That's what I feel like.
it's even worse when you
What?
like get along with someone in your senior year and you realize that you haven't seen them at all despite them going to like the same districts with you since you were like, I don't know, third grade. So like for nine
Yeah,
years you've been like going to the
yeah. I
same
can
schools, but
imagine.
you had no idea, like you've never talked to them before. It's really weird.
I can imagine. I wouldn't like due to me being really shy in real life. I wouldn't get along in school with anyone in America. I guess
I feel like you
if I
would.
were to be educated in America,
Yeah.
like from ground up, you know.
I feel like you would. America's school system, I'd say, is very, very good at dividing itself into like cliques, I guess if you want to call it that. I'm pretty sure they have you have this in like your schools too, where there's like just different
Yeah,
groups of kids, but like America's like really good with it in the sense that like those kids, like people don't just kind of like end up in cliques or whatever. Those cliques kind of reach out and like get other kids to join their ranks pretty much.
oh,
So
that's different to Germany. In Germany, it's just the clique, and if the one guy from that one clique hates another guy, it's just like a war over the entire grade.
I mean that's not. I mean yeah, it's not usually like that here. I mean, fucking, if you're a nerd and like people notice that you're a nerd, the other nerds will come up to you and be like, "Hey, you're a nerd. Fucking wanna play Smash or something?"
Oh well, that's the same in Germany, but
But yeah,
you kind of
we don't get feuds over. At least like I mean, we've never. I never had like there was never I guess a feud between people in like our
I see.
schools. At least it wasn't. If there was, it was never with people that I actually even knew of or like ever socialized with. So, like, because I think that's like also another
Uh,
thing. It's like you don't know everybody, so it's like you can't really have like turn everybody against everybody. Like obviously, there's like there were times like there were like rumors that went around and shit, but like of certain people, but fucking like there was a rumor of, I mean, going around. I'm not gonna say her name because
yeah,
I don't want to
privacy.
dox anybody, but also like it's kind of embarrassing. But there was a rumor that she like threw up while doing the not good, not Christian things, and
I had the same story here.
yeah, and
Exactly the same.
people were like talking about it, and and my friend was like, "Oh, did you hear about blah blah blah? What's her name?" And it's like, "Oh yeah," and she was like, "Yeah, yeah, she did whatever," and I'm like, "I don't know who that is." And like by the time I
Yeah.
actually figured out who she was, we still to this day, I don't think either of us have ever said a word to each other. I've seen her in person, I believe once. That's just how like weird it
Yeah.
is. I'm like
Are you
I've gone
great?
into huh?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I did. interrupted you.
No, no, no. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, like, are your grades big enough to like not see a person at least once a day?
Um,
Because in Germany, our grades are mostly like around 100 to 150 people, I'd say. So you see everyone every day, kind of,
I
or at
mean,
least know everyone by name.
yeah, I can't say. I don't think it's not a. It's definitely not a. What's it called? It's not a. It's not an American thing for the size, I guess, because it's. I guess it's more so of the city itself.
Okay.
I mean, I went to school in like Los Angeles, so it's a pretty big city. Um,
Mm,
so how our district worked was we like each there were four middle schools in the district, and
yeah.
each like eighth grade, which is the grade right before high school, had like maybe 100 to 120 kids. All right, fine, but there's only one high school, and the high school takes all of the kids from all of the middle schools. So
Oh, jeez.
you go from a grade from 100 to 120 to a grade from four to a grade of like 400 to 500, and then there's four
Yeah.
grades. So there's like 1,600 to 2,000 kids.
Oh, jeez.
It's
That's a lot.
yeah. So it's like there's times where you like don't talk to anybody for a while. I mean, like I went to school with like one of my best friends. I won't name drop him just because I don't know if he like. I'm pretty sure he'd be fine with it, but I just don't want to risk that. But like we were really good friends like sophomore year, and then pretty much all of junior year we didn't like see each other at all. Like the entire year, like we saw each other like maybe twice or three times, and then senior year, um, or no, junior year we saw each other some like a little less, and then senior year we never saw each other, and then it was only like after we graduated that we started like hanging out like a lot more frequently, because it was
Oh,
like
I see.
it's really weird. You don't really think about it, and then you're like, oh, I haven't seen them in a fucking long time.
Yeah. That's the case after school here. Like, if you finish school and everyone's either studying or starting to work,
Oh
you don't
yeah,
see people in a while, and then it's like, did you know that this guy moved to an entirely different city? No. How should I know?
yeah. I mean, like with how it is in high school, like most of the people there, it's like, oh, we're gonna be friends for so long, and I'm over here like accepting the reality. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna remember. I'm not gonna like know or care about like more than 90% of you in like fucking 6 months. So like, and people don't realize that, and it's so weird. Especially, it's like our school like didn't exactly have the greatest kids either.
Oh,
So
jeez.
um
That
it was
sounds
really
bad.
funny. Like they were shitty. Like I've talked about it before. They were shitty, but like I'm gonna skip on to that because I just don't want to get upset. But it's like I've talked to like some people, and they were like, and that that were like a pretty like I guess popular, and they were they would do fucking they would do like they were like the head of the student body type shit, and they were like, oh yeah, like if you'd asked me like a month after, if you had asked them like a month after they graduated, it's like, hey, it's like, would you, and about like, a high school reunion, they'd probably be the one to set it up. And then like, now they're like, and then now they like look back and they realize they fucking hated it there. And they were like, cool. And then they're like, they would never do that. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting, like, a little bit of an interesting thing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I believe we've talked about the school system for long enough. I think we should move on to music and shit.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk about your new, I guess, your new release on Railbreakers. Uh,
Okay.
so how did that necessarily? Actually, let's go back further. How did you get involved with dubstep?
With
Period. Like,
dubstep.
yeah.
Um, that's quite an interesting story because when I was like, I think 10 years old, I started getting interested in metal and like core shit. Um, and I listened to, first I started off with Metallica and Slayer, like all the classic bands. But then I got to know a German band called Eskimo Callboy, and they did like genre mashup things. Like they mixed metal with everything. They had like classic metal, but they also had I think it was called electrocore. At least a friend of mine calls it like that. And it's metal with dubstep noises. And I was like, wow, that sounds new and interesting. What is it? And yeah, then I got to know Skrillex, of course. Uh, Skrillex Bangarang, I think, was my first real dubstep tune. Yeah,
Bangerang. That's a banger. That's
yeah.
what year was that?
I think 2000. Oh, I'm not sure.
I think it was like it
At
was
one
definitely
point.
early 2010s. Early 2010s, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking bruh. Oh
My
yeah.
my my actual first dubstep song, which was like not considered mainstream, I guess, or how do I say it, more into the scene,
Mhm.
was in Saints. You know the game Saints Row 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had these weapons called dubstep guns, and they had a song from Excision on it. So I listened to that, and that became like my introduction to the scene and to like producing as well.
That's I've never heard of Saints Row being the introduction for anybody's interest in dubstep.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
actually
it's
that's
really
actually pretty sick.
interesting, the story.
Yeah. Fucking yeah. That's a very interesting like story. So like I guess before Saints Row and like and metalcore, you had just had no idea what dubstep was.
Um, I heard the name being dropped once in a YouTube video from like a German YouTube group, but that was more a comedic way, and I thought they meant like an artist or a band called dubstep.
Oh
That's
yeah.
how it started.
That's yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you started producing you started producing dubstep and stuff like that. Now, I guess what do you think was your I mean, now it's like I guess now we can talk about your new release with Railbreakers
Yeah,
since it's like I believe it's a huge step up for your
it
career.
is. It is. Um, I don't know what happened. Like, how exactly uh I managed to get on there because that track was supposed to be released way later, um on a different label, but we hadn't didn't have anything signed. So it was just like laying around, being an old track. It's actually really old
Mm.
already, or like outdated. I guess my current style is like uh different. But anyways, like they messaged me and just said, "Yo, do you have some demos?" And I just sent them like some demos,
And they
what they
messaged
wanted.
you. That's
Yeah, they messaged me. They followed me and like hit me up.
that's pretty sick actually.
Yeah, and I was like wondering who told them about me because I didn't have any relation to them at all except for like one artist I know on there, which I used to be friends with.
That's like I mean, that's definitely like I guess an interesting point. I mean, now you're getting to that means you're now getting to the point where you're being noticed by I guess larger collectives and shit like that.
Yeah,
So you're definitely gonna this is definitely a good place for you to be.
it's a good step. It's a big step,
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you think like do you, do you believe that you'll continue I guess working with them in the future or do you like
Uh, I can. Can I
are you not?
confirm? Yeah, well, I pretty
It's
much.
unconfirmed.
I'm
Like
not
should we
gonna
just
say
say it's
what, but
unconfirmed?
yeah, yeah. It's I can confirm that there's gonna be stuff, but I'm not gonna say what. But there's
Okay.
definitely some stuff with them coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Then like everybody can get excited for that.
Yeah.
All our 3 people that watch this.
I'd
Uh,
probably hear it myself. I can get myself hyped up.
Honestly, yeah, I'm getting hyped up now. Pog. Um, Fucking yeah. It's like honestly, I believe that you're well deserved to get recognition. Like obviously, I've heard your
Thanks.
stuff before. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I'm obvious like I'm working with you for the most part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
yeah,
was wondering. I was actually at first I was wondering if you sent them, demos, but then I
I
looked back
I'm pretty
and I
sure I
didn't see
did.
you mentioning them.
See, I'm pretty sure I did, cause I know I sent them. I know I remember sending them something, but I
Hmm.
don't remember. I don't remember like them
Yeah.
ever responding, and I think that's why I never mentioned it. So
That's
either
yeah,
they just
okay.
didn't email me back, or they just went to you directly. So I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and they also didn't like email me. They just messaged me on Instagram, which was funny as well because like it was just, "Hey, can you send demos?" And I'm like, "Okay, that's Railbreakers. Wait, is that real?"
Yeah,
But it
it's.
was real, and yeah,
I mean, pretty sick. I got it on my playlist, so
thanks. I
big
noticed
pog.
it's on a playlist by Liquid Stranger on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, I found out like
Hey,
yesterday. Let
that's
me
that's a
let me look
dub.
it up real quick.
That's a dub. We're gonna celebrate after this. No.
I was at work, so yeah, I couldn't. I'm currently like looking at the playlist. I think somewhere here. Anyways, not trying to pause anything.
All right. Well, I guess we can just move on to something else right now. What have you been I guess what have you been doing for most of COVID lately while staying in isolation and shit like that?
Um, well, I'm mostly working. Like the over the day during the day, I'm just working and coming home and working on music. And now that I need to have home office, I can just you know work and then just switch my desk and start working on music, or I just like have a chill day, have a day out not working at all.
All right. I mean, that's definitely nice. So I take it it's just been a lot of like music and shit. Are you a gamer? Do you play games?
Yeah, I play a lot of games. I used to play more games than producing when the whole COVID thing started, because like obviously I was kind of afraid of the whole situation. I mean, it's new for everyone. The entire situation and like having a pandemic going on. So I had my respect and like was a bit afraid, and I tried to, you know, uh, get myself distracted with games.
Mm. Yeah, I feel that. That was like
Yeah, and
I
then
mean,
like
yeah.
all the artists started streaming, and the disciple competition went on as well. So I
Yeah.
said, yeah, fuck it, I need to work on my music.
Did you do a remix for that?
Yeah, I did a remix for Mode Step.
Oh, for the Fallout. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty sick. Like, were you proud of your product, or were you just kind of like?
Um,
Because I feel like there were a lot
Obviously,
of. I mean, there were a lot of people that were just kind of like, you know what, this kind of sucks, but I'm gonna send it anyway.
yeah, I noticed that a lot of the Fallout remixes were so seemed bothered. I don't know. I don't want to like assume anything here, but they looked suspicious. Let's say that, like in contrast to what they sounded like. But looking back, I think I could have improved a lot of things, but the current like what I did at that time was like the highest standard I could get, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I
I'm
mean,
definitely proud of it, even if I
yeah,
didn't win. Like I didn't see the competition as a thing where I like needed to win in order to gain something, because I think everyone gained something. For my part, I gained like a lot of friends and like new people to interact with.
hmm,
Like that's I think that's the center or the start point of me doing actual networking and like not hanging around with the same people and actually talking to different people.
yeah, yeah, I got you. Um, all right, I guess fucking. I don't really know what to talk about at this point. I'm pretty sure I've touched base on pretty much everything I needed to. That I like everything that I was like really curious about. Now I'm just kind of like, huh, all right, fucking
Uh, do you play any games?
me. Oh,
Yeah,
I've just been fuck. I've been playing a lot more than like I care to admit. To be honest, I've been
I
like,
noticed. I noticed a lot of Rocket League. I think.
I've played a
Am I
little
wrong?
bit. I've played a little bit of Rocket League lately.
Oh,
I've been playing a lot of Valorant,
Valorant.
and
Yeah, not Rocket League. Valorant. You
yeah,
mentioned that once, I think.
I've been playing a lot of Valorant, and I'm not great, but I'm definitely not bad. I don't think.
That's nice.
Um. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of Valorant. I recently, I downloaded I very illegally purchased Pokemon, and
I see.
I've been playing. I've been doing like some Nuzlocke runs every once in a while.
Okay.
I've been working on one that I with a randomizer for Pokemon and shit on, so I've actually been having
Oh,
really fun with that.
I I know a lot of great things about like randomized games.
Dude, randomized Pokemon is so much fun. My team
Yeah.
is so pog. My team is fire. I grinded up until the point I'm like I've only beaten like 5 gyms and all of my Pokemon are like double the level of everything else. So like
So you just run through everything.
yeah, because I like to grind to make sure that I can one shot everything. So like
That's
I'll
me. That's me. Yeah.
because I'm like I'll do the all the grinding early so I don't have to be like stressed during the fucking Elite Four.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like fucking the because with Nuzlocke rules also applied, it's like you can only catch the first Pokemon in a particular route, and if you don't catch it, you get nothing from that route, which is
Oh.
like, which I mean, but still with randomized Pokemon, it's been pretty
Yeah.
great. I mean, I got fucking, uh, I got like my team consists of my current team. I got a fucking, I got a Crawdont, I got a fucking Charizard. I got a Charizard
Oh.
on Route 1.
That. Oh my
I
God.
I got a Charizard at level 3, so like that was pretty great. Fucking
Yeah. You can figure.
yeah, and then like I think the craziest shit was like the first thing I encountered in like a cave was it was a Slow King, but it was shiny. So I got a shiny on my team, which is pog as shit because it's like 1 in 8,000 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Pokemon. Pokemon is so much fun.
Yeah. Like I played. I don't know if you know Terraria,
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
Terraria is dope.
And
I
I
need to play
played.
it more.
Yeah. I played that one randomized, and it's a lot more complex than like Pokemon. Uh, so you have like different enemy AIs and like behavior patterns, and if you randomize all that, there pretty funny things can happen. You get like OP drops from early monsters, or get like useless drops from OP boss. It's really funny to like play through.
All right, yeah. I mean, fucking Yeah, Terraria's a fucking dope game, dude. I need to play it
Yeah.
more. I haven't played
It's
it
a shame
enough.
that they like finished up development.
Is it
I
like
don't
are they not updating it anymore?
uh no, it's getting one more hot fix or like one more minor update, I think, but there's not going to be like major development on it anymore.
Oh man.
Which doesn't mean they quit. Like Relogic didn't quit developing games, but they are just like done with Terraria. And I guess
Yeah.
there's no point like choosing more
I mean,
content out of it.
yeah, I mean Terraria, I think it's like Terraria is one of those games where it's like you can't do I guess as much with it as you can like I mean Minecraft for example is like near infinite at this point. So it's like
Yeah.
and I think that's like its purpose. Terraria
Yeah,
doesn't feel like the same.
exactly. There's like this argument that Terraria is like the 2D version of Minecraft, which is like not the case. It's just simply wrong because
I can
the
understand why
goal,
people think that it's a
yeah,
pixelated game that you like
yeah,
survive and fight
pixelated
monsters.
tile based sandbox game. It's Minecraft ripoff. But like the goal of Terraria is completely different to Minecraft because in
Yeah,
Minecraft you have like build whatever you want and do whatever you want to do, and in Terraria it's like you have the boss progression, and after that you're done with the game. You can do a new world, can do a new challenge like play the world in
yeah,
expert mode.
yeah. With Minecraft, there's like I guess there's the there's the actual core things that you're supposed to do, but in the end, it's like you
Yeah,
don't have to. It's not like when you're done with that, you start a new world. You just kind of fuck around,
yeah,
build whatever you want.
yeah. It's creativity.
Yeah,
Just
and
do
it's like
what
the
you think of. Just
yeah.
build whatever.
And there's still shit to do after you've beat the Ender Dragon. You can still like fight a Wither or some shit or find an ocean
Yeah,
monument or whatever. There's so much shit that is like not involved with the main game.
yeah. And the world is also a lot bigger.
Yeah. Although speedruns in Minecraft are sick as fuck. Like if you've ever have you ever watched those? Fucking
Lately I've been getting into Dream,
oh
that
yeah.
YouTube channel that's gaining like a massive
Yeah, he blew up.
surge
He
of
was like
popularity.
I remember like I found his channel like earlier this year and he was like at 100,000 subs. And then I was like, okay, this is cool, and I kind of just forgot about it. And I
Yeah.
checked back in and he's now at like what, like almost 12 million or some shit
Yeah, it's insane.
in a year. That's
Yeah.
absolutely for
He
like
he gains more per day than PewDiePie, I think.
that's nuts.
Yeah, at least at one day he did. I don't know about the exact statistics because like I'm not interested in YouTube
But
that
think
much.
about it. Like Captain Sparkles has been on YouTube for like years.
Yeah.
Dream beat him in, in less than a year.
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's insane.
That's really insane.
Like, I mean, it really goes to show like I feel like Minecraft is just like it's a game that just will not die because it
No, it
had
won't.
its it it Minecraft like didn't really have much. There was like the whole part like with earlier Minecraft like on YouTube, and then that gave it a huge spike, and just started decreasing steadily until like last year. Until like with the 10th anniversary, there were like people like I guess Call Me Carson and shit like that that popularized the game again, and
Yeah.
like PewDiePie started playing it again as well. So that obviously
Yeah.
skyrocketed it. And then it started going down, and then the whole Minecraft speedrunning thing has gotten like huge with Dream and all that. So now I believe it's like
Yeah.
it's probably at a peak of popularity. To be honest,
Uh, I love playing modded Minecraft as well. I think
modern
with those kind
Minecraft
of
is fucking awesome.
games, yeah, you can just drag like put whatever into it if you can code.
Yeah, I like that. Mojang is also like really, I guess, supportive of the modding
Yeah,
and
they
stuff like
are
that.
like trying to. I think they even hired some of former
Yeah, yeah.
like there was this first mod ever, that first big
The
content mod ever called Either.
yeah the Aether mod. Yeah,
The Either
the guy
and
who made
like
that, he works
one
for Mojang now. It's
Yeah,
fucking
exactly. I saw it in the cave update
yeah, dude.
talk, and there was this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I developed that mod, and now I'm working here," which is
Dude,
sick.
the cave update is fucking
Yeah,
rad as shit. I love it. Like I'm excited for it.
yeah, same.
The only thing I'm not excited for are fucking water caves because that's gonna be annoying as shit. But for the most part, it seems really like it seems like a really great change. I mean, like they changed up the Nether
Yeah,
a lot, and now like the Nether is interesting.
yeah.
You
Like
know,
before, you just go to another farm a bit of stuff and leave it forever.
yeah. Now you can survive in the Nether entirely, which
Yeah,
is dope as shit.
exactly.
Fucking yeah. Man, this is like a really interesting episode. We've just been talking about the education system in Minecraft. It's pretty.
Yeah, I can switch up topics pretty
It's pretty pog.
strangely.
What's the first thing that comes into your head right now? I'll talk about it.
Oh my god. Now that you ask it,
Cheese.
I won't come up with with anything.
Cheese. What do you think about
Cheese.
cheese? Yeah, what's your favorite
Cheese
cheese?
is um my favorite cheese would probably be camembert.
Okay, you know what?
Camembert,
That's a pretty pog answer.
like the grilled cheese. I love it.
That's a pretty pog answer. I mean, like you're also like you're neighboring a country that is like, I guess, famous for making cheese, right?
I mean, Germany also has some famous cheese.
Oh
The
yeah,
southern part of Germany,
Europe is
Bavaria.
just Europe is just famous for cheese.
Europe is cheese land.
You know what cheese America has? American. That's like it.
Yeah, fair.
It's just there's so little cheese made in America that they could just put their
Yeah.
nationality on it and they know. Fucking but yeah, like I'm into cheese, like cheese and crackers, like a fucking cheese with like a charcuterie board or whatever,
What?
with all like the little fucking I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't remember. It's like the board with like all the little sliced meats and cheeses and shit.
Oh, yeah. I
People
love
say
these.
people here say like charcuterie, and I'm pretty sure that's not it. It's like it's a French word. It's like charcuterie or whatever,
Yeah,
and I'm
French
fucking
words. I hate French.
I don't remember what it
Like the
is.
language. I don't hate French people. In fact, I have like a lot of French people I know that are like, uh, but the language is just terrible.
Their languages. I mean, I feel like there's just a lot of differences between French and German, like as
Yeah,
languages. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I took French in high school, so it's like
yeah. Me
I
too.
don't really hate it. It's like I've gotten somewhat used to it, but like I mean, and I don't have really a problem with German because Swedish is pretty similar to German. Like if you started speaking
Yeah,
German, I could probably like figure out maybe a quarter of what you're saying. Like yeah, so
but yeah. Well, the case with like no wait, I forgot what I wanted to say. That happens to me all the time.
mm. Yeah, that I mean, don't worry about that. I do it all the time. Clearly, like fucking this entire episode has just been me wondering for time. I mean, we're like at the end of the episode, so we can call it here if you just have no idea like what else to talk about.
I mean, mm, yeah. I mean, I guess.
All right, sick, everybody. That's the end of season 1. Um, yeah. Fucking. Well, anyway, we thank you. It lives so much for coming through.
Yeah. Thank you
Do you,
so much for having me.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Just like talk as homies. I'm kind of tired, so like I'm sorry if I was boring or whatever, but
No, no,
yeah.
not
So
at
if
all.
do you have any like last words that you wanna say? Any last
Um,
truths you wanna spit?
truths,
Oh
tea I want to
fucking
spill. Yeah, as I said earlier, stay tuned on Railbreakers. There's stuff coming. And also, I guess I could just like plug an event
Yeah,
here
yeah.
I'm playing.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on the soundcloud.com/itlives with a Z because with an S was already taken.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I can imagine that It Lives would be taken.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised actually, but it's some like inactive user till whatever account.
Yeah. All right. Well, fucking for everybody listening, everything for It Lives will be down in the description below. Everything from myself will be there. Everything for the podcast will be there. And thank you, It Lives, so much for coming through. And then for everybody out there, before I end the episode, I need to tell you that this is pretty much the last interview for this, I guess, if you want to put it in quotes, the season of the podcast. We're working. There will be one more episode where me and all the co-hosts are gonna sit down and talk to you a little bit about what we're gonna be doing. But yeah, that's like, so stay tuned for that. But thank you everybody so much for a wonderful season. Fucking 52 episodes or whatever. Like, probably should have, cut it off at 50 so it's a nice even number, but like, hey, pog, I guess. So thank you everybody so much. Yeah, oh, sorry?
Isn't
Yeah.
52 the amount of weeks a year has?
That, you know what? That's true. You know what? I planned
Yeah.
that. I planned that.
Was
I
all
planned
planned
that.
out.
100%. All right.
Big brain.
Yeah. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Go check out It Lives, and we will see you all in the next episode.